Hi friends. So today we are going to see how to implement object orientation in Go. Yes, my name is Premasim Jain and I am going to do a live coding session to show you like how to simulate, like how to do or achieve the same thing in Go, what we achieve in Java or other object oriented languages. So let's look at the code. So what I'm trying to do here is we have something in Java which we call as an object. So we have a person and person has some attributes, and then person has a behavior like any object has some attributes and behavior like the methods, so that we can execute upon it and we can update the name and stuff like that whenever we have to update the behavior. So let me quickly run this. What we have is an object of person, and then we have the first name and we are trying to set the last name, and then we say this is a behavior walk, it should walk. Let's run this, and what we see here is the method is getting executed and getting called. Now Go is basically not a object oriented language, which means you actually cannot create the object, but you have to simulate the behavior, because everything is an object in Java. And in general, like I am an object, laptop is an object, it has some attributes like how much memory it has, and then it has some behavior. So same way like the person, right? So less talking, more coding. Let's do the oops in Go. So I would name the file as oops in Go. And by the way, I'll also share the code in my GitHub link so you can take a look at that. So we have a package main, because when we have to run any method or the starting point, it is supposed to be from the main. So we have this. Now when we say we have to create the attributes first, then the behavior. So what I'm going to do is I am trying to create a type which is person, which is of type struct. What does it mean? That struct can have the attributes, I call it as first name, which is of type string, and then I do the last name, which would be of type string again. Simple, same thing. So we have kind of created a structure which has the attributes, but it doesn't have the behavior yet, right? So first let's try to, the way we were creating the object here, this thing is done and we have instantiated it. So let's try first this. So what we are going to do in Go is a variable which is called as frame and which is of type person, right? Now we will update the value. So we have the person dot first name, which is frame, and then person dot last name, which is J. All good. So far, so good. Now the main thing comes up, how we get to add the methods inside it, so that when I have created two person and I create call the method, it should run polymorphically in both of these, right? How to attach it. So we let's try to make a func func. This is how you create method in Go, and func say walk, and when you say walk, what you're trying to do is you will say format. So the way you have println, like sysout system.out.println, you have a package called as format in Go, which has a method called as function, and this method would is walking, right? So you can always call this method independently. It's a functional programming language, kind of, no big deal, it would do. But I have to attach this behavior to a particular person. If I have Prem or Mira, like couple of persons, so it should work in conjunction with that. So the beautiful thing is to attach this method to a particular kind of so-called a class. You have something called as receiver. So what you do is you would say p person. So this method, like this method, would get attached to the type which is struct. So this struct, and then you can call p dot first name is walking. So this method got attached over here. Now you see, you can call this independently. Like in a function, in Java, everything is inside a class. So even if I have to do a plus b, like adding two number, I have the hassle of creating the object and then creating the method, then instantiating it, calling it. Go makes it simple. You have a function, you just call it, end of the story. But if you want the same behavior, like you have to attach a behavior to an object, then how you can do that? This is what we are doing here, that we have created the attributes, only the data part, the attribute as part of struct. Then we created the behavior independent methods, and then we have attached that methods to the struct or to the object by the help of this syntax, which is called as a receiver. So now we have the receivers, and now we can call same way like frame dot walk. If we look at our Java code, this is like frame dot walk. Same thing we are achieving here. No big deal, right? Let's try to run this and see, frame is walking. If you create another object, it would run the same way. I can show you real quick. It should be simple. So for example, now we have created another object with frame 1, and then we have first name, last name, everything here as 1. And then right, and then if we another object, if we run this another object, it would run with a different name. So this behavior has been attached to the object, which kind of object, or the struct technically in Go, which gives you the same thing. So I hope you had a good learning, and go to my GitHub code link. This is my YouTube channel. You can look in deep over there and go to my GitHub link in Go concepts, and you will find some working mini projects and a lot of concepts like the pointers and then struct and then testing, channels, Go routine, etc. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Have fun.